Alright, what's up y'all? It's Bill, Best Life. Beautiful day out today. 80 some degrees. Gonna be mid 80s tomorrow. Then we're gonna start getting hot. We're gonna process meat birds tomorrow before it gets too hot and it's hard to keep them alive. It was a week early. That's okay. I'm gonna show my processing setup. I want to talk a little bit about the processing setup because when you first start thinking about getting meat chickens, it can be a little overwhelming. You go to YouTube and you look up processing chickens, and the first videos that come up are all going to be the more popular, bigger channels, and they have a lot of good, expensive equipment. And I mean, some of them have thousands of dollars in their chicken processing setup. And you almost feel like you need that and stuff, and you really don't. I was hoping to build some kind of a plucker. It's not going to happen this year, so I'm hand plucking again. That's okay. It can be done. I'm doing all this by myself. I don't have any help, so most people probably will have at least someone else with them. So let's go over my setup. I'm going to show how you really don't have to spend much money, if any at all. You probably have most of this stuff around your house, especially if you're the kind of person that wants to do it. So we're just going to start right at the beginning. And all this stuff has things you could use differently. So of course it's the same thing I did last year. They're going to go in my cart, and I'm going to bring them over here 2, 3, 4 at a time. Then they will go into the kill cones. I showed how I made those in my video yesterday. They will be dispatched. Bucket to catch the blood. And this is my scalding bucket. It's empty right now. I'm just getting ready. This is my stick I'm going to use to poke them so you're not bending over the whole time. Kind of agitate them in there. You want your water around 150. I don't have a thermometer. The way I tell is I fill this thing up. I touch my hand to the side, and if you can touch your hand just briefly before it feels pretty dang hot, you're good. And then to heat my scalding water, this is the one thing you might not actually have. I use this electric water bath canner. You don't have to have one of these by any means. You will need some kind of a big pot. This one would probably work. I think I got this one for $10 at Walmart for making jam. I really only use that. I pour it out of this into my bucket when I need to heat it back up. So you need some kind of a pot to heat water. If you got a big enough pot and you want to dunk your birds in it to scald them, you can. It will get nasty. That water will be disgusting when you get done. The scalding water. So that's how I'm heating my water. So where have we been? We've dispatched them. We've scalded them. And now we're going to hang them by their feet right here and pluck them. Am I zoomed in or something? No. And we're going to pluck them. And then I'm going to have I got one bucket for each cone. I'm going to have another bucket right down here, and I'm going to throw feathers in. God, it sure looks like I'm zoomed in, but I'm not. Alright. So now they're plucked. Got my garden hose, of course, because I'm going to be rinsing them. When I get done plucking them, I'll rinse them. And then they will come over here. I got my makeshift table. It's just basically a sawhorse. It's not really a sawhorse, but you could use sawhorses. Pipe stand. Piece of plywood. Cutting board. And then I'm going to use these two knives to do the whole thing. A lot of people get special knives and all this, and that's fine. But you don't need all that. We're going to do it all with these. So, and most of my birds will get cut up into, I'll cut the breasts and the legs and the wings off. And I honestly don't eat all that other stuff, so that's pretty much all I put in the freezer. I think I am going to try to freeze 1 or 2 whole. So now they're cut up and all that's done, they're going to go in here. Yes, this is a Yeti. You don't have to have a Yeti cooler. So I know I'm talking about this is on the cheap. You could honestly use a Rubbermaid tote even. I will not have this, I won't have any ice in here. I'll just have cold water. I got a well, it's pretty cold. But I'm also cutting my birds up into smaller pieces so they will cool down much faster. If you're freezing all your birds whole, you might want to think strongly about having a bunch of ice. It's going to take them a lot longer to cool down. So they'll go in here, and then after I get quite a few done, probably not all of them because I got a bunch, it's going to take me a long time, I will bring them back up here, at which point I will wrap them. I don't have the wrapping stuff out. I'm wrapping mine in freezer paper. Last year I wrapped each leg, so drumstick and thigh, and breast separately. And then I put wings in about packs of 6 or 8. So each breast is a meal, each leg is a meal, but I found that I cook them 2 at a time, and then I usually just reheat one the next day or the next meal. So I'm going to wrap them 2 legs and 2 breasts in each pack in freezer paper that will be double wrapped, and they will go into the deep freeze. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So you really don't need, I mean honestly a chicken plucker would be awesome, but even the cheapest of the drum style pluckers costs more than this whole setup costs, for sure. If you take that out of there and switch it for a Coleman. So you don't have to spend a fortune on processing your birds. So that's the whole point of this. And if you have help, I'm going to do 23 of them tomorrow, and I might not get them all done tomorrow. So, but if you have help, you can definitely do it. So, anyway, I've washed all this down. It's ready to go. I started sharpening my knives a little bit. I'm going to take them in tonight and sharpen them some more. And then in the morning, I will come out and wash all this down again and get going. So, just wanted to do this kind of as a separate video. Don't be intimidated by it. You can do it, and it don't cost a fortune. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day, y'all.